Welcome to Fandom Knight Weekend Cast, where we talk about stuff.
Yay, stuff. And
Things.
candy.
Stuff and things.
Happy Halloween.
Yep. Free candy and shit.
Yeah.
That's true. Technically, this will be going up next weekend, so...
Yeah.
But I hope you had a good one. So, people, Reploid Bill, William Bush.
Set level Sario.
Scott Action Jackson.
Shane McCree Proto Guy.
Punky.
Today, we are on the fourth topic, and that is games we are looking forward to. Either a game, everybody gets to bring up at least one game, either they hope is on the horizon, or they know is on the horizon, or why haven't they done it yet?
It has to be one of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a tough one.
Yeah, especially for me because I actually haven't plugged in any of my systems since my old lady kicked me out of our new apartment. So
We shouldn't
Funny
laugh.
how that works.
We
Yeah.
shouldn't laugh
Yeah, I
because
know, right?
it's terrible, but at the same time, I just shot
like, no joke, I've just like busted out emulators for my phone and I've just been playing like Game Boy Advance stuff and like Super Nintendo stuff just to actually play a game. You know what? I think I know exactly where I need to go with that one then. With Fallout, like the new Fallout on the
Fallout
horizon.
4?
Yeah. When I first got into it, like most people, I came in on Fallout 3, never played the old ones, got the expansions for it, and then New Vegas, and then was wondering, why haven't they done anything in the Midwest? Well, then come to find out, that's what Fallout Tactics was. Tactics was they sent a blimp from out in California. They were trying to get over toward the other side of the coast because almost all the Fallout was left over inside, like, the center of America. The blimp goes down, but literally they fall in Peoria, and most of the map is throughout, like, Illinois and everywhere around it. So, like, you hit bits of Illinois, you can cut over to Missouri, over to Indiana type of thing. I want them to go back to that. Like, not so much in the tactics form, but, like...
That area.
Yeah, like, just that area, and see, like, all the shit that you went and, like, busted your ass to do through tactics. Like... go through and, like, follow up with that story, because they've been doing it for years. Fallout 1 was California, Fallout 2 was California, New Vegas went back toward that area where you're dealing with the Republic, so, the actual California Republic moving into Vegas, and then having to fight off, like, all the Resistance fighters, plus the, Brotherhood of Steel, all that happy shit. Like, why don't they do something like that again? That to me would actually be kind of pimp to actually go back and see, like, what the fuck happened.
I myself have done nothing with Fallout, so I can't like support or disagree with you here, but I get where you're going with it. Like,
Yeah.
It seems like series, they'll do like one or two good ideas, but they might not catch on. If the third or fourth good idea takes off, they just start running with that idea, and they just act like the backlog never happened.
Yeah.
Except for they recently released a Fallout anthology for the PC only, though.
Yeah.
It was like put into this little mini nuke.
Yeah.
See, but you just said it, for the PC only.
Well,
like,
that's because
why?
the games were PC only.
So,
I mean, technically, yes, they could do an update, but considering the fact
the
that,
Xbox and PlayStation are computers now anyway.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the problem was it was the point-and-click shit. Like, that's how you were supposed to do everything.
Isn't there a mouse for those systems now?
I don't think so. The
No.
closest would be, like, the PS4.
I know there was a
moving
mouse
your
for the
finger on
PlayStation 2. And now they have the touchpads
Yeah, I was
on
about
the...
to say, I don't remember that shit, but yeah.
And there's still keyboards and shit for them.
Yeah.
There's wireless keyboards. In fact, you can hook up a Bluetooth mouse. I'd almost guarantee it, just because it's Bluetooth ready.
Yeah, there's that possibility, too.
You can hook up Bluetooth keyboards.
Damn it, I can't get to my candy. But yeah, no. Like, I get where you're coming with it, but at
Or
the
they
same
could
time,
just make a new controller for it.
You know.
Why not? If Smash Brothers can get away with re-releasing a fucking GameCube controller that only works for Smash Brothers,
Yeah.
then why can't they release a fucking mouse keyboard that only works for
Like the Xbox or the PlayStation. Yeah, it's true.
Or they could just stop making Fallout.
Damn.
Or whatever.
He's such a
Well, then
hater.
you're not getting first dibs at something coming up later then.
Holy crap. Well, what do you
And
got
I'm not
that
talking
you're
about
waiting
my penis for once.
I'll go last. I'm good.
Oh,
Scott
wow.
next.
Listen to that.
Yeah, that's because Shane always has a problem where there's 30 games coming out and he has to buy every single one of them.
He just bombed on what you're waiting for while at the same time being like, I don't know, I don't even know what the fuck I want.
Well, what I'm going to pick is something that's a little farther out. Well, not quite as far now, considering that we know the kind of a year, but it's, if I got the name right, No Man's Sky.
I've heard,
I've
heard of that, yeah.
posts and stuff about that.
They've recently revealed, I think it's June 2016,
Okay.
that is going to be the actual release date area.
Let's see what Scott's talking about. I'm more interested in than what. No offense, Seth. What Seth's interested in.
That's fine.
Yeah, with
But-
No Man's Sky, you're just somebody
It's not
who's...
my fault you're a loser.
Sorry that there's only gonna be like 4 people playing fucking Fallout. Whatever.
Actually, that's probably going to be a lot more than that.
I'm going to say there's going
It's
to be a lot
funny
more than
'cause
4
Shane
people.
has an ass whipping coming later.
But No Man's Sky, you play this person who's going and exploring planets.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone who starts this game gets started on a different planet, different solar systems, and it would take beyond our own lifetime to explore every planet on this game.
I've been hearing a lot about this, and I'm really confused as to how it would work. Because you figure if a game takes 60 plus hours to play, it took like a year to program. If a game takes a lifetime to play, and I'm guessing this is either the most hardcore fucking sandbox ever, where after a while you're literally just like, oh, well, let's repeat the same process again and again and again and again and again and again and again until we die. If it's that, I don't think that they should even be able to say, oh, it'll take you a lifetime to do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over till you die. It takes me a lifetime to piss the same way till I die. It doesn't make it a fucking lifelong enjoyable experience.
Well, this also has
After a while, I get
some
tired of
space
pissing.
combat too, as well as the exploring of different planets and different galaxies. So
It actually is kind of.
I was about to say that this is almost kind of like Skyrim and Morrowind and Oblivion. Like, you do the same shit all the fucking time, but because there's different elements thrown into it, yes.
But being
you
a
can
guy,
do the same shit for
being
decades
a guy that's played
and still
those
have
pay
fun with it.
games and really given it a fair chance, after a while they die on you hardcore. Like doing the same thing over and over and over again when they're like, oh, by the way, we added this, and I'm like, really? Because after 2 hours, I'm going to have enough of that. So you may want to add a little bit more than that. Like, hey, we got Bowser.
Well, so far I haven't heard anything about additional DLC content, so...
This just worries me. It sounds like it's going to be
awesome, yeah.
sandbox to the extreme.
And if you're into sandboxes, you'll be okay.
Yeah, I was
For a
about to
while,
say.
you'll be okay. Are you still playing that Batman? Or do you enjoy collecting Riddler trophy after Riddler trophy after Riddler trophy after Riddler trophy after Riddler trophy? You do it a different way every time. Do you enjoy it? Have you had a great time with it?
I enjoy.
What if they
the
release
game
a new Batman where the only thing you do is collect Riddler trophies?
that has
Then people would be pissed.
I would be pissed because the Riddler trophies are the only gay thing in those
Well,
games.
all you do here is explore galaxies.
That's actually kind of
And
neat
space
though.
battles.
It starts out neat.
There are space battles.
Here's what I worry about.
Yes.
If it's a random thing where they just have like 30-something scenarios that repeat on random and might like switch an item here or there, after a while you've already done everything there is to do and there's no surprise. You're just doing it because you're playing Mass Effect 2. How long can you mine planets and find plaques and dumb shit.
I don't know.
For a
It
while,
started out
actually.
fun, but it gets pretty old. This game has me worried. I look forward to it because I like the idea that it just goes and goes and goes, but this is going to have some hardcore gameplay.
One other thing, they haven't said if it's only going to be a digital copy or if it's going to be both digital and physical copy. With as much exploring that you're going to be doing on it, it might as well just be digital. I don't think they can fit all that on a disc.
It depends on how it's done. If it's a random
Yeah.
generator, they can do it. They do it with
Yeah.
Diablo. You
Yeah.
never enter the same dungeon twice. It's a random maze every time.
It's possible, but
I'm interested in seeing it. It sounds
yeah, because
like
of the promise and the design on it, everyone is interested. So
I'm looking forward to checking it out.
I'm just trying to let you guys know that unless this has a very solid gameplay base, this could be a disaster in the making. Look at Diablo 1.
Yeah.
That was a
Diablo
disaster
1,
completely.
it did
Diablo
have its fun
1,
moments.
every dungeon is different. Every single one. You never enter the same dungeon twice because it randomly generates the
Right.
map.
Right.
So if you didn't like the core gameplay of Diablo, it doesn't matter how often the dungeon changes. And it might not matter how much the universe changes from galaxy to galaxy, random generated galaxies.
Well, you find in Discover is probably going to stay there though with this. So
I don't know.
no, it is.
I don't. You really think like for every bit of information that you add, if you think that it's going to do like that, how long before you run out of hard drive? You can only do so much with a game.
It's probably why it would be digital because
That would be a nightmare. That would make this a really, really scary game. Like the more you play it, the more space it takes on the hard drive.
Well, unless you cloud save, but even then.
That part was. That was
No, because even then you're looking at something like, because the game has to install.
Yeah.
Well, no, I guess we'll know more when it gets closer to the
Yeah.
the release.
Yeah, once it gets there, we'll at least.
Right now,
know.
all it is
For
speculation.
right now, yeah, it's
Yeah.
rumor and speculation.
So-
Kind of like how we've all been I've been arguing with you guys over the Power Ranger thing.
I'm positive that this thing is going to be a random generator.
Yeah.
Has to be.
Well,
There's no way they could code a game that supposedly lasts a lifetime without spending a lifetime.
Actually, I think it's
Yeah.
even longer than that because, oh, my mistake. They said the sun would run out before you finish the game.
Holy crap, dude! That is
Yeah.
a long ass
But
game.
still, it's beyond our lifetime.
10 to the fuck. I used to know.
Let me just hold on. Just let me before I go to something. Let me just say this. Fable made an awful lot of promises too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I'm just saying. We've seen this before. So don't get too hyped, but this does sound really cool. I like the idea of like an eternal Star Trek game.
There you go. That's the reason why I'm excited, because traveling to different planets and stuff would make you feel like you're in Star Trek.
But do you go down to the planets? Do
Yeah,
you have
yes.
a crew?
You
Like
go,
yeah.
no, you're
And-
just you. Go down the planets, explore it, scan the life signs, scan the environment, fight any
I'm
robots
just
or
me by myself?
You're a
Just one person,
hardcore
yeah.
dude.
one person, one
Yes,
ship.
You're
not.
a
You're not.
Master Chief motherfucker.
You're not a team, but you do get to go to other.
It's kind of like you got some kind of like X-wing or something that you fly. So
But what are you looking forward to, Bill? I'm actually kind of curious.
I'm still waiting to hear what you're looking forward to
Yeah, but
myself.
the way the-
especially after the way you attacked Seth's one of Seth's favorite games.
But you knew that was coming, so
Yeah, we all knew that was
I
coming.
guess I knew, but
But
regardless.
it's only because Shane's still, kind of hardcore pissed off that you gave him that gilded spoon.
Wow.
but
Hardcore
But to
callback.
be fair, the way we're sitting, you're technically next. So go ahead. Well, sure, obviously.
Really? Not even a Monty Poke?
Besides that Pokemon Go, there hasn't really been anything announced.
well, there's that new mystery dungeon, but that's about it.
Not really any. I haven't heard anything about anything.
The Pokemon tournament fighting.
Okay, I know that.
Huh?
What's
Yeah, that tournament fight. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's in Japan. Yeah,
But
it's an arcade
it should be
game.
coming over here though.
It's a Pokemon arcade fighting tournament game thing.
They released that it's going to have a dark Mewtwo for a boss.
That's pretty sweet.
Well, that'd be kind of cool.
He's probably cheap as shit.
Is it going to be anything like that one
it's
for
like
your
Tekken.
phone?
It's like a Tekken fighting with Pokemon.
Oh, I've heard about that.
Yes,
It's actually
yes.
a fighting
Okay.
game.
Okay.
Yes,
tournament
I've
level.
seen
Okay, now
I've
I'm
seen
interested.
pictures of. I've seen screenshots. It's actually pretty sweet looking.
It's made by the Bandai Namco guys who do the Tekken, but they're doing it like Pokemon fighting.
With Nintendo, obviously.
In which case they do have like a
Isn't
Pikachu.
Lucario one of the characters, if I remember seeing the
Yeah,
screenshots?
Lucario's one of them. They got a Pikachu with a luchador outfit, which is weird.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought I seen something on it. It has the Mega Evolution for the chicken, chicken guy
I
thing.
think so.
Blaziken?
Oh, the
Blaziken,
Torchic?
Yeah.
There's a lot
Oh.
of them that they could cover and put into the game. So
It looks neat. I don't know if it is coming over here. If it does, when we don't know.
It could just be ported over for the Wii U
It could. We don't.
or the NX, whatever.
We don't really know right now. All I know is it's in Japan because they get all the cool stuff.
You know, now that you're saying that, you know what would be sweet is if they took all of the starters from each of the games and they turned it into like a Dynasty Warriors Gundam type thing with that.
That would take you forever to get Venusaur over to one end of the map.
Yeah, he's
That's
kind
true.
of a fat, slow plant
Yeah.
dinosaur thing.
For me, I'm hoping that they expand their which they're doing finally. I'm hoping they expand their dynasty ideas, because right now we have Gundams, we have samurais, we have dynasties,
Yep.
and then we have One Piece,
Mm-hmm.
and now we're diving into Hyrule, and we're diving into Dragon Quest. So what I want to see is, I wouldn't mind if they maybe got together with Square Enix and gave us a really interesting version of Dissidia,
Yep.
like a Final Fantasy War,
Oh no, wait! Now I gotta say no because Shane was excited for that.
where there's
fuck
a whole
Final Fantasy.
where there's a whole bunch of think thousands of Galbadian soldiers team up with the Shinra Empire, and they create a technology that allows them to shift the multiverse, and they start creating a dynasty that runs throughout the Final Fantasy universes.
But
And then
you
as
have,
time
like,
goes on,
anomalies, too, though.
you can add all the different people, like Terra, and she has all these spells, and her Musai or Musu or whatever that thing is called, she can turn into the Esper and start throwing fire wave magic everywhere.
Dude,
And
I would kill the shit out of
I call Sabin. I don't give a fuck
Like,
what anybody else says. He's
this
mine.
game would be cool. Like, you would have Cloud, and he would be able to use his big sword, and then he would, like, flip it around and call down the meteor rain for one of his things or something like that. Or like Squall, his abilities would be cool because he'd have his normal fighting, but then, like, on your triangle moves or whatever you want to reference as your
Yeah.
heavy strikes, he would actually shoot the gun,
Yeah,
making him a crowd control character.
Dude, I would totally play.
but I would still take just Sabin and then just fire dance and bum rush motherfuckers.
I think I'd prefer the other ideas you had for Dynasty Warriors games.
I'm
The
also
Turtles, the
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
the Turtles and Power Rangers. The reason I like that is it's standard, but there's my problem is that would still be very standard.
Like,
Like,
same with that
you
Legendary
can't
War.
add the Megazords.
The Legendary War you could do it with though.
Adding the
Yeah,
Megazords you can't really do. Not that I could think of. The only way I could see it happening is if when you add the Megazords, it all of a sudden starts playing like Dynasty Gundam, and then there's a bunch of
other robots.
Or maybe get as broke as
a
the
fleet
Or
of
maybe
giant
you
monsters.
could do it as like a because you know how in Gundam when you get together and both of you.
Or they
link
could
up and do
release
your
Dynasty
SD.
Legendary War, and it could be exactly like he was just talking, and whenever you
Yeah.
go to the Gundams, you're fighting those fleet ships.
Oh, guess what? More
Yeah.
swords. Guess what? More swords have to be broke.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I was
Or
about
just-
to say
just-
because when
And
when
Ninja
Dynasty
Turtles,
Link up
Ninja
attack,
Turtles, I feel like it would be cool because it would be a Dynasty Warriors that takes place in cities, and you could fight the Pteranodons, and you could fight the Shredder with all of his Foot Clan, and you could fight the Rock Soldiers.
You could fight the different versions too.
Hundreds of thousands of Mousers and Mancers.
Because you could do the mechanical foot soldiers and some of the actual people foot soldiers. So
I don't know if they can get away with that.
Dimension X level.
Because if some of them bled to death and some of them blowed up, I don't know what kind of rating that game would get.
well,
Like you would almost
just be like, they fade out.
Well, they do that. They do that in Dynasty Warriors, but there's no like robots, so there's no difference
Robots would just
from
explode.
one death to the other.
Yeah.
Well,
Just have the robots explode.
But I just want them to finally expand the concept. There are so many different things out there that would work.
yeah.
X-Men.
I don't know if you could do X-Men. Like, you could do them as characters, but who would they fight? Like, would it be like a Brood invasion?
Technically, the Brood invasion.
Actually,
they could have,
if that's the case, you'd have to tap into just Marvel then.
Fuck, what's the name?
The only way I could see them doing that is if it
The
was a
Shi'ar.
scroll, and if it was a scroll invasion of Earth,
Skrull, Ultrons.
they might be able to get away with it.
Skull, Ultrons, Doombots,
Oh, I don't know.
Sentinels.
The Shi'ar Empire.
Well, because you also have to have a storyline that works, and there's no way that the Doombots, the Scroll, and the
Yeah.
Ultrons are all like working together. It would be like that would turn it into like a faction war, and it would play like the Empire games, which I don't like.
Yeah. So technically, if they were to do that, then it'd just have to be a full Marvel.
Yeah.
In which case, they technically already have that, and that will be the Ultimate Alliance games,
Yeah.
but they're not really the same.
I'm digging
Like, they're similar, but not fully there.
But my latest idea has been on since look, Enix was the ones taking care of the Dragon Warrior stuff originally, right?
Yeah.
So, is this new Dragon Heroes, is that a cross with Square Enix? Who did that? All I knew was the game was coming out. Who did it? Because if that has something to do with Square Enix and working with the Dynasty Warrior stuff, then it's very possible for a Final Fantasy, like Final Dynasty.
Dynasty, Fantasy.
Yeah, the publisher was Square Enix.
See? Final
Dynasty.
Dynasty. Give it to me. Final Dynasty. Warrior of Light. Black Mage. He could have his weird robes and you could never see his face, and he would have his glowy eyeballs.
I completely 100% agree with you because the Dragon Quest one is actually really fun. And you're expanding from all different kinds of Dragon Quest games. I got characters on my teams from like freaking 4, 5,
See?
6.
Think
I
about
haven't run.
Sid. You could have your Sid character. You could have your Kane. You could pick from two different Cecils. It would be cool to unlock the dark and the light Cecil.
Dude, that would be awesome because nobody would use the Paladin.
Oh, some people would. He'd be
Even
broke
though
as
he's
shit.
not
I promise
here,
you.
Even though he's not here, you know Nick would take both of the Cecils to try to take out your Kane and whoever the fuck else.
7 billion people on the planet. One guy picks the Paladin.
He would. I'm telling you, he would be broke and awesome.
Yeah.
Just
I was
because
about to say,
I
but
promise
only
you,
for the
you
Dark
would.
Knight, not the Paladin.
No, right there. The Dark Knight, yes. I don't care for the Paladin, but like I get Setzer. Yeah. Fucking airship that mother.
That would probably be his special
Dude,
thing.
that would be some sweet shit.
You wouldn't be able to beat me. You would not be able to beat me. I'm taking FF1 Monk and Sabine. Punching motherfuckers to death. Make both of them naked and start raping everybody.
I never said I was going to fight you and win. I just said that
I don't care how much armor your fucking dragoons got. I don't care if you can jump at me.
The game would have a storyline. The game would have a storyline that works because like you could easily just start it in the Final Fantasy 1 universe. You only get like 6 characters.
Mm-hmm.
Now those 6 characters, portals open up in their universe and people start falling in. And in the very first level, it could just be that first part of the world map where you see the Chaos Castle in the background. And as you're there, all these guys could drop in, and you could end up fighting a faction of Final Fantasy VIII people. That all the Galdanian soldiers are there, shooting everything up, and there's seed members that come in from the other, and they're fighting, and then you have a three-way conflict between the soldiers of Gardenia, the Galdanian soldiers, the seed members, and during that fight you could come across everything from fighting the sorceress to fighting Squall and his people, and as you beat them, they might add to your roster and expand the story to take you into other parts of the universe to fight. We've seen Stitches before, I'm telling you. Final Dynasty, best game ever.
I got another one, but knowing their lineage, it would suck an ass.
What?
Dragon Ball Z Dynasty Warriors.
I don't think it would work.
No, that's
No, we kind of tried
too
that.
broke.
Sagas.
Yeah.
It's close. Yeah, I don't
It's-
know.
that's what I mean
it's
by
close,
tried.
but-
Sagas sucked.
Exactly.
I even beat that one.
So that's
Well,
what
I'm
I've got.
I'm
Where
just
are
saying,
you?
though, think about it. Like, you
Um,
got them running through
I
like,
am-
the Frieza army.
Well, obviously for me,
Taking
I'm
motherfuckers
at
out
the
for no
whole,
reason.
in a few weeks, because the 2013 reboot of Tomb Raider was so good. I'm looking
Nobody
forward
cares. It sucks.
to the new one.
Not fuck on that.
So, it's not
Fake
cool.
and gag.
It's not really cool to to try to get back at me when I obviously seen this coming.
Everybody's seen it coming. That's why my insults are weak as fuck.
But
Sounding like a 4-year-old playing Call of Duty.
yeah, you really did there. I'm sorry.
Teabag, fuck your mom.
Because I was waiting for because I have like 3 different games. I just didn't know which one he wanted to attack first. So
All of them.
I was just okay with. Which I'm okay with.
So
Because
Tomb Raider, I get that. That's
I'm looking forward to this
that's
new
so
Tomb Raider.
basic.
Yeah.
It's not even surprising to me though.
Yeah, but
Everybody's looking forward to Tomb Raider.
If
I'm
you
not.
want to see some
I'm not.
Wow.
maps.
I'm not
Dude, I
looking.
loved
I'm
it.
not looking to be creative or unique in this situation. I'm just telling you the games that I
Right.
personally.
Yeah.
Which Final Fantasy 15 is another one. I hope to God it's good too.
You better
really
you better
hoping.
cross your fingers to the fracturing point.
Because
Yeah.
they're supposed to use the same
If the demo was an Indian
Yeah, I was about to
indication,
say,
if the
it's-
demo was an Indian indication, as long as the story
An Indian indication.
yes, shut up, dude.
If it's an Indian indication.
If it's any
There
indication,
you go.
Bill, then as long as they get the story right, I mean, if the story works, then it's going to be good in my opinion. Because I did like the demo. I liked how the fighting system was.
Yeah, I was about
It's
to
the
say.
story
I showed up
I'm
late.
I didn't
worried
care for the
about.
leveling up.
Yeah.
Leveling
I
up,
didn't
yes,
like
you have
that.
to do it at camp and stuff.
I wish leveling up would have happened a little more on the fly.
Yeah.
Or if you could have if nothing else, give me the
especially if you can't get to the camp.
Well, we
give
don't know.
me
They
the
may
Ultimate
change
Alliance.
it
Give me
as
the
it goes
Ultimate
on.
Alliance
Yeah.
thing. Where as soon as I find a gap in the action, I can just hit start and go into the menus and do my
and people,
upgrade.
if there's a lot of
Yeah.
people out there that don't like that system, they could just change it to a traditional leveling up system. We don't know what's
Yeah.
going to happen. My biggest problem is, the leveling up system's a little strange on how you do it, but if the story is really good, then I can deal with the fact that I have to go to sleep to level up. Because
Yeah, I was about to say.
after the travesty that was the 13 games, we need a good Final Fantasy with a good story.
Hey, there was another game where you went to sleep to level up. I think they called it Morrowind.
Uh-huh.
Didn't they also kind of do some? No, that's.
Damn.
I'm sorry. I was not a Morrowind. I didn't like Morrowind. I'm sorry.
That's
I don't
the
like
reason I
Fallout.
brought it up.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Because when I love to bring up things
Yeah.
that he hates when he supports something that he hates. Like
Yeah.
he's like, if it's a good story, I'm telling you, I can go to sleep to level up. And Morrowind had quite the entangled tale.
Yeah.
It still sucked.
I don't know. I was kind of 50-50 on Morrowind. I liked Oblivion better than I did Morrowind, but like both of them are still playable.
The issue I have with 15 is the controls that they have. If they're going to carry that over to what they're going to do with the 7 reboot.
I already told you they're going to. It's a reimagining. He said, word for word, the director said, when you play 7, the game feels dated. We hope to bring it up to a modern-day era. This is either going to be Final Fantasy 13-7 or Final Fantasy 15-7. That's what we're going to get.
And the third game that I'm technically looking forward to is KH3.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
There you go. I'm a Kingdom Hearts fan, so obviously I've been waiting for the third.
So game. Okay.
I've been waiting for the third game since I beat the second one.
Are you going to get that 2.9 or 2.8 thing?
Probably because I'm stupid.
To correct an old podcast that we did, I have to bring this up real quick. We asked a question on Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
What is his name? And this guy cited that Kingdom Hearts called him Tidus. No, they didn't. On their way to find Tidus, she calls him Titus. Then when they get there, Waka calls him Tidus. The same fucking game calls him both names within a fucking 15-minute margin.
Yep. So
What is his goddamn name?
No
Tidus.
idea. It's kind of like that Gundam anime.
How do you
that
know?
were watching a little bit ago, where because it was the original.
Gundam.
Titus
Yeah,
is just
it wasn't a Gundam. It was a Gundam.
It was a Gundam.
Gundam.
Good old Gundams.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless
Sorry.
of its inconsistencies,
And his name wasn't
everything's
Hayato.
got inconsistencies, but it's cool.
Nope.
Yep.
I've never seen an inconsistency in Power Rangers.
Are you fucking high?
I just love how Bill looked away for me to do the eye roll, and then you're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Actually, when we get to the next Sentai or 2, you'll see a lot of those.
Oh, look at that. But no, those are the there's other games like Uncharted 4. I like the Uncharted games, though they're a little frustrated with them. Doesn't mean I don't like them. And the fourth one, I look forward to playing it. So those are the ones those are the big 4 really for me. Because the other ones I already bought when they're already out. So
Yeah, a lot of them are either out or coming out.
yeah,
so.
All right, well, that was our little podcast. This has been one of our weekend casts where we discuss random topics, and those are the games we're looking forward to. Hey guys, did you like that podcast? If so, head on over to fandomknight.com where you can check out all of our videos, our other members' videos, and subscribe to the RSS feed to get constant podcasts every other day. Later on.